home again, jiggity jig. I think it went pretty well. My face is still freaking out from the Vegas climate, my voice is just barely starting to return, but I avoided the CES plague. A quick recap. Following the success of my vlogging setup last year on the V40, this year I wanted to see if I could streamline even more, simplifying the rig, fewer pieces and parts, and also just trying to minimize how much gear I was walking around with. Like last year, I didn't have to use my laptop at all to produce a set of daily vlogs from the show floor. And I think I hit a broader variety of topics while showing a bit more behind the scenes. The first major change, I ran without a backup phone this year. I had a Huawei and my trusty BlackBerry in reserve, but I was able to keep them in the hotel safe the whole week. I had huge concerns about the LG V40's battery, but the sucker managed to barely hang on while shooting a full day on the show floor and being used for all of my communication with the Newegg team. It was usually dead by dinner, but that's not too shabby considering how much video I shot and that every video got dropped into an editing app as soon as I captured it. It's worth repeating how much I like that workflow for on-the-go, quick and dirty videos. I don't think I would have been able to make these vlogs nearly as easily if I would have needed to transfer to a laptop at the end of every day and then start organizing and editing. Considering some of the nightlife at CES, you don't have a lot of extra time for file management. And it's also worth repeating that I'm not sure this would have been as easy or as fun without the killer camera apps on LG phones. Having displays flicker all over the show floor. It's incredibly helpful to have manual shutter speed options for video. The wide-angle lens is critical for shooting blind while recording a video of yourself, and I still haven't found any phone or any app which treats audio with as much respect. These controls are critical for all the noise on the show floor, and there are so many audio clips I can't share with you because the phone was too good at capturing music and I'd get a copyright strike if I tried to show it off. Also this year, I tried to spend a little bit more time shooting extra B-roll and using more effects and transitions in my vlogs. It's hard to say whether that extra editing time really helped improve videos that by their very nature are supposed to be a little bit rough, but I was impressed by some of those extra tools our mobile video editing apps have added. Color correction, wipes, transitions, it's all really handy to have in your pocket. Now I seriously thought about trying to travel with a camera or pick up one of those little DJIs that were all over the show floor, but honestly, the immediacy of shooting to editing with zero downtime for file management continues to put smartphones higher on my list for best overall solution, especially for those of you cutting vlogs quickly or looking at #Mojo setups. For all my production tech though, GorillaPods and gimbals, wireless mics and mini lights, my most important accessory for the week was a decent pair of earbuds. Now, the microphone on these wasn't the best, and I ran into some weird glitchy noise reduction issues on a handful of clips, but the sound was good enough to mix under a bit of a music bed and still hear me above the roar of the crowd. Cables are way more consistent than any of the low-cost wireless solutions I've used, where my lav gets destroyed by show floor interference, and then you always have some kind of hearing protection at a trade show. Like, I got to see Glitch Mob, which was awesome, but that would have hurt pretty bad considering how loud that stage show was. All in all, if you twisted my arm, I could probably get away with just the phone and a pair of earbuds, and I might have gotten pretty close to the same quality of videos without the extra mounts and tripods and other accessories. If you're a fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide, then you're probably aware that rule number 1, know where your towel is, but rule number 2, always have a pair of earbuds at the ready. But seriously folks, I had a blast this week. I caught up with some good friends, and I got to see some fun tech. And for the second year in a row, I feel really strong on mobile video editing. If you have specific needs for work, or are just looking to spruce up videos for your family, this process has never been more accessible. If you're gonna spend all that money on a phone, what are you really doing with it? And I wanna leave this video off with a quick question. Now, obviously I was out there at CES covering the show for Newegg, so I was a bit more focused on PC building and gaming gear. But what were your thoughts of this year's show? What did you think was the standout product category or the standout announcement from Las Vegas? This show was actually a lot of fun, but it was super broad with a lot of different lifestyle, consumer electronics, lifestyle technologies, filtered throughout all of the convention center and the Venetian and all of the companies that were there exhibiting. So I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below this video. Those are the conversations I love getting into. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing, for subscribing. I'll have my CES vlogs linked in the description down below. And if you would like to help support production on this channel, please consider checking out patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy, where some amazing people are contributing and joining that tech conversation. We've got some fun perks, and it's becoming a great like-minded geek fan community. Once again, patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Instagrams, the Twitters, and the Facebooks, and I will catch you all on the next video.